Next platform on the kind of the series of platforms that I'm experimenting with and kind of showing off, and some I've used, some I haven't. This one I have not used, but I'm really excited about using, and I may end up buying it. It's the Pursuit platform. It's injection molded. It is a plastic platform, but the weight on it is 300. It supports 300 pounds. It does have this is the Gen 2, so it has this kind of groove here that gives you that support through the middle. It's not as big, you can kind of see, but it does give you enough, and it's super lightweight and super small. So if we're using the Predator XL as our baseline, it's kind of what most people probably start off with, you can see the Pursuit is not even half the size of the Predator XL. It's much smaller. The area of it is even smaller by a substantial amount. So as far as the actual area you have to put your feet on, you only have a 54 square inches. That's not much, but it's probably enough if you're an experienced saddle hunter. And you do get two angles, so if you like to lean back, you've got this to put your feet on, or if you want to be more straight up and down, you can put your feet on this. So that is cool. It gives you two options. The weight on it is, of course, very light, 1.7 pounds, including the strap with the cam on it. So less than 2 pounds for this whole thing. It's quieter because it's not metal, so if you do bang it on something, it's not near as loud as the metal or aluminum ones. The coolest thing about this, the thing I like the most about this, is the ability to take it and just shove it in your pack. You don't have to strap it on your pack. You don't have to have a special backpack or special attachment point. You can just take it, cram it in your pack, zip it up, and you're ready to go. Then when you get up in the tree, you have to either spin it around or put it over your shoulder or some way of getting it up the tree, but then you get it out of the pack, attach it to the tree. So this one comes in pretty cheap. It's 150 bucks, which is cheaper than the XL, cheaper than most of them. I think the Hawk may be the only one cheaper than this one. Granted, again, doesn't have a ton of space. That's the trade-off. You spend 150 bucks, unless you can catch it on sale, and you're going to get a smaller foot area to stand on. Upgrades. You don't really need the rope. You could use the rope on here if you wanted to, if you think it's going to silence it a little bit or give you some more grip. Don't necessarily need it. The biggest upgrade on these, when this cam comes through here, is these Bullman steps. So this gives you kind of like a ring of steps. This is your primary place to stand. These Bullman steps go around the outside, and you can kind of go all the way around the tree just on the ring of steps. So these will be attached to the tree and spread out like this, and you'll be able to step on these as you spin around and shoot. So if you do upgrade with the Bullman steps, let's see what it's going to come in at. So with the Bullman steps and the buckles and everything, it's 2.2 pounds. So even upgraded, it's still way lighter than most every other platform out there. So really cool one. Let's pack it in here, get it to the tree, shoot from it, see how it does. All right, so we've got the Pursuit platform and the, is it Bowman steps? I have to look that up, make sure I said it right. And the Bowman steps. This is one of the knocks I'm afraid going to be on this one, is when you do pull it out of your pack, it's super lightweight, packs up really great. Then I've got to get this jumbled mess on a tree and not make a ton of noise. So we're going to see how that goes. I've already got my pack and my stick on the tree, so I'm just going to climb up one step, see if we can get this attached on, shoot a few arrows, see how it goes. All right, so I'm just carrying this platform right now. All right, so I'm up to the point where I would have my platform. I've got my Pursuit platform here. I'm gonna go with the flatter one. I'm gonna go with this. I do think I don't like to lean back that much. I like to be able to kind of stand up from time to time. And then I've got to get these Bowman steps, I should say, on this thing as well. So, oh, there goes problem number one. All right, this cam really needs to be on the other side. It needs to be on my side, not that side. We're gonna try it like this. We'll see how it goes. I guess I can pull it around the back side so it'll at least be in front of me. right, so I got to get these steps right before I... Jeez, they're upside down. Okay, so it's got to be the other way. Let me see if I can. All right, we're cammed on. Okay, so I think we've got everything on up to snuff, except for I got to get my bow. So if you don't already do this, before you step onto your platform, I always recommend having your tether and your lineman's belt on in case something does happen, in case your platform gives out, straps break, bad things happen. Somebody told me that a long time ago, have them both on when you transfer over, and I've just kind of always stuck to that. Whew. Not crazy about that right out of the gate. That joker's not on the tree cut. All right, so step up here and kind of push her down. That's better. All right, so I don't know if you can see or tell, I've got a pretty aggressive lean going, and I think it's because you can see the top of this is not really biting in to the tree. And maybe I didn't have it cammed on there just super great, but it's other than that, I don't like that it's not on there, but it's feels good enough, like just having your feet on it. That's relatively comfortable. I thought I would want more feet contact with it. It seems okay. I wish it was a little bit more biting into the tree at the top, but I've got the steps around the edge here too, the ring of steps. Seems like once they get pushed in, they're pretty good too. Problem is now you've got to shift this around. So I mean, I could stand anywhere, but you really got to trust your equipment doing this. As you can see, it's kind of pulling away from it. I want to shoot from it and kind of see what it feels like shooting with barely any foot on the platform. So it does feel a little awkward. It's not the end of the world. I could definitely see myself, you know, hunting for a couple hours on this. I do like the ability of switching back and forth, you know, being here and maybe going over here, being able to just come around the tree, having this ring of steps. But I think realistically you put the ring of steps on anything, so that's kind of separate from this. I don't like how the top of this doesn't bite in very good. You can kind of see it bouncing. And I've got that cam on there really tight. So, I mean, it's doable. You definitely could hunt from this. I definitely think there's a time and a place that this would be cool to be able to have it in a pack and just go. It was kind of cumbersome to get it around the tree. For the price, I think it's a good price to have in your toolbox. However, I think it's a little more cumbersome and a little more sketchy being on this with such a small foot area if you're a new hunter. If you're new to this, just starting out, I would not advise this particular one. It's going to be harder to get it to cam and bite in compared to the others. You're not going to like that you don't have a ton of foot space. You're not going to like trying to fiddle around with this in the dark and figure out how to get these upright, how to get the cam buckle on. I mean, that stuff's going to be a pain in the dark, but it does work. It does function. It's just your level of how you feel up in a tree might be the determining factor. All right, pursuit platform, kind of sum this up. If you are an experienced saddle hunter and you're just looking to cut weight and get real light, real mobile, the ability to shove it in your pack, it's probably a good option for you. Price is good. It's not gonna feel super safe and secure at first. You might get comfortable, you might get better. But for me, I don't know that I wanna get rid of my X-Wing at 3 pounds to go to this 2 to 2.5 pound setup with the sticks and be more cumbersome in the tree. I might have it to my option. Hadn't really decided yet. I'll make a decision at the end of them all. It just took a while to get set up. The X-Wing and the Predator were way easier to just get on the tree, cam it over, and you were good to go. This did give you the ability to spin around the tree. However, you could put these on any platform's strap as well, so not necessarily a selling point. Neat idea. Doesn't flex, feels good, just doesn't bite in the tree as good because it doesn't give you you don't get to cam it over like you do the other platforms. So something to think about.